What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I know I've been gone for a couple of days. When I said I was supposed to do my mock draft, I never came out with it. I finished the mock draft, I was editing it, and the file corrupted, so now I have to redo the video. I couldn't do it yesterday because I had a 12-hour shift yesterday. I worked basically the whole entire day, so I didn't have any time to make another video. So I'm going to re-record the video today and hopefully put it out tomorrow, and hopefully figure out what happened to my other video. So I have to re-record everything, re-edit everything, so I don't know what happened, guys. But mock draft coming soon, don't you worry about that, guys. But today I want to talk about something, and this has been going all over the news lately. Adam Schefter is just throwing stuff out there and you know, building hype to the NFL offseason like it is his job. So I mean, he's supposed to hype this up more than it has to be. But Odell being traded now. You guys know about the whole pizza and weed thing, pizza and crack cocaine and hoes and stuff like that. But that problem arose, and news got out that just recently got out that already teams were trying to trade for him once that video came out, because you know how the Giants organization is, very classy, and they don't like any of their players partaking in any of that kind of stuff. Well, rather be caught partaking in any of that kind of activities. So after that, and then now he's being sued for something about his security, being sued like $15 million. I don't know if he'll go through with that or whatever. I don't know the whole backstory to that. Now, the Giants said they are interested in a trade. They'll just hear what people have to say. John Mara came out and said, everybody went crazy when John Mara said, when you're 3-13, nobody's safe. And that's just the truth. You can't just say, well, we're not going to trade Odell. I mean, that was, how you should have said it. Yeah, we went 3-13. We're gonna make changes. Nobody's safe. That's what he said. And he wasn't alluding to, well, yeah, Odell is being traded in any kind of way. But Adam Schefter goes ahead and hypes that up, and now they're saying that over 20 teams have contacted the New York Giants about Odell Beckham Jr. And more recently, there has been a trade proposition of 2 first-round picks and I believe a player, and the Giants turned that down. So the Giants are really setting a high price for Odell Beckham Jr. Like I said, they're just listening, just in case something catches their eye, catches their ear, and then maybe, just maybe, they'll pull through with it. In my opinion, is Odell Beckham worth over $20 million? Is he worth $20 million? Let's say Odell takes the least. I think the least he wants is $20 million, right? Okay, is he worth $20 million? Absolutely. Odell Beckham is top 3 in his position. Not only that, we live in an era, it's the passing league. So, you're going to see a lot of wide receivers jump out of the screen, separate themselves from the pack because there's so much of them. There's going to be some guys that separate themselves from the pack and start breaking records and start just, they get more athletic and more athletic as years go on. So your top 3, you've got Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and you've got Odell Beckham Jr. Now, if we go to how much those two besides Odell is making, as I go down the list here of highest paid players in the NFL, let's see if Julio even shows up, but I know Antonio should show up any day now. Okay, so Antonio Brown is number 24th in the league as being the highest paid right now. He's making $17 million. I believe Julio Jones is due for 15 million, 15.1 or something like that this year in 2018. So, that's a pretty big margin, okay? Julio Jones, I think, is just a little better than Odell Beckham Jr. That's just my opinion. I am a Giants fan, but I still think Odell Beckham is the 3rd best wide receiver in the league. Antonio Brown's making 17, currently the highest out of any wide receiver right now. Dez Bryant was making 17. I don't know if he restructured his contract. I have to check on that. But, Dez Bryant, of course, he's not worth the money anymore. But, Odell, is he worth $20 million? I think so. Just because you're not the best in your position doesn't mean you shouldn't be paid higher than the best in the position. If you guys get what I mean. The market is set higher and higher and higher in whatever position, the more, these great potential free agents are hitting the market. So, you got Antonio Brown, who, is the best wide receiver in the league. He just inked a 17 mil contract last year, I believe. So Odell's coming up now. Now he wants to be the highest paid. And like I said, you don't have to be better than that person to get more and more money. So teams just want to lock up their player because that's their best wide receiver. That's their best wide receiver of their era. They can't, the Giants can't just get Antonio Brown. They have to stick with what they got. And in order for that to happen, Odell wants to be paid more than Antonio Brown, if that makes any sense to you guys. So, is he worth the money? Of course, he is worth $20 million. I get that. Okay, if you want to look at any other non-QB players right now making the most money, the list goes down. I mean, there's just a bunch of quarterbacks making $20 million, including Eli Manning. He's 11th in the league right now in, highest paid due for 2018. Highest amount of money due for 18. That's $21 million. And then you go all the way down the list. You got guys like Ryan Tannehill and Sam Bradford making $20 million, but they're quarterbacks, so you have to understand that. Von Miller is the first, and I'm talking he is the 18th player on this list out of 25. 18th player on this list. So there's 17 quarterbacks being paid $20 million or more. Well, Ryan Tannehill is making 19, so you could round it up. There are 17 quarterbacks paid $20 million or more. That's more than half in the NFL. Well, that's more than half in the NFL, just about. Okay, Von Miller is 18th. He's making $19 million. Von Miller, as you know, is just a star linebacker. Is he the best linebacker in the league? That's debatable, right? Is he the best edge rusher in the league? That's debatable. You go to next up on the list, Ezekiel Ansah, who just got franchise tagged. His franchise tag is worth $17.5 million. Then you go in third place, 22nd in the league. You got DeMarcus Lawrence, who also got the franchise tag, 17.1. Then you got Fletcher Cox at 23, making 17. Then you got Olivier Vernon making 17 flat. Then you got Antonio Brown making 17. So, as you guys know, we already have a New York Giant making $17 million. We have two New York Giants on this list right now. Eli Manning making 21 and Olivier Vernon making 17. If we throw in Odell Beckham, we have to either trade or restructure Olivier Vernon's contract. And, Eli Manning is going to be gone in a couple years, okay? We could pay for Odell Beckham, right? We could. I want to pay Odell Beckham. If we have to give him $20 million, I'm on the fence about that. I've had talks with a lot of Giants YouTubers, and I apologize. I give different opinions for, like, everybody that asks me that question because I don't know where I stand on it. I believe he is worth the money, but we're in such cap hell right now, overpaying these guys. We could afford him. We restructure or trade Olivier Vernon. That's, 17 mil down the drain for future years. I think we already paid him like half of it already with the roster bonus and stuff like that. I can't remember. I don't know if he's due for that or if he's still due for 17 million. He probably got paid. But anyway, then Eli Manning, who in 2 years from now won't be with us anymore. So we're freeing up a lot of cap space there. We can give that to Odell. But if you look at it, how many of these guys that are paid, that are non-QBs, have a top quarterback? And this is for the future I'm talking about. Top quarterback with top money. So we got Fletcher Cox right here. Let's start off with we can start off with Antonio Brown. He has a top quarterback, of course, in Ben Roethlisberger, who makes this list. But Ben Roethlisberger is going to retire any minute now. So, they gave Antonio Brown that money. Moving on, Olivier Vernon, same thing. Eli Manning's almost out the window. They gave him that money. When we did have cap space, Eli Manning's basically out the door. So, and then Fletcher Cox. Carson Wentz is on a rookie contract, so of course you could afford Fletcher Cox. DeMarcus Lawrence, Dak Prescott is on rookie contract. Of course you could afford DeMarcus Lawrence. Ezekiel Ansah. This is something that's an anomaly for me. Matthew Stafford's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league right now. Jimmy Garoppolo just beat him as the highest paid player in the league, or highest paid QB in the league. Ezekiel Ansah is there making $17 million under the franchise tag. So there's that, but that's an anomaly in my opinion. And then Von Miller, who's the quarterback for the Denver Broncos? Case Keenum. Is he making that much money? No. So Wait, actually, hold on. Did he sign a big contract that gets him on this list? You know, you look at all those players and they don't have, like, you know, the highest paid quarterbacks. Not, excuse me when I say franchise quarterbacks. I meant like highest paid quarterbacks. You know, some quarterbacks are on their rookie deal, like Dak Prescott, like Carson Wentz. So say we draft a quarterback in a couple years from now, right? Whether we stick with Davis Webb, whether we get some quarterback in this draft or next draft, whatever it is, we have to pay Odell Beckham. Then we have to pay the quarterback, and then we have to pay Landon Collins. And say, you know, Dalvin Tomlinson turns out to be a great nose tackle, follows in Damon Harrison's footsteps. We have to pay him. You know, all these other guys out there, right? You know, so we have to pay them. We're not gonna be able to pay all these guys. Something has to give. So, will it be Landon Collins that goes? Will it be Odell Beckham that goes? I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comment section below. I'm extremely torn on this, guys. I want Odell Beckham to stay a Giant. You know, I know a lot of people want to trade him because we can get more picks. We can rebuild this team. We're not in rebuilding mode, guys. We're not, okay? And we could win with Odell. I know we haven't won games with Odell. He's not a game changer. He's a wide receiver. There's only so much a wide receiver can do by themselves. I get that. But like somebody said before, I think it was Chris Sims before. I know he says some stupid things. You know, Phil Sims' son. I know he said some stupid things before, but this makes sense. I mean, you're going to look back, you know, 10 or 15 years from now and look back and say, wow, you guys just traded the Jerry Reese of this generation. I mean, I don't want to let that kind of player go. I want a generational player. I want someone, you know, when you mention their name, you know, you're going to think of the New York Giants. And I want to win Super Bowls with Odell Beckham. I want to create a legacy with Odell Beckham. You know, like Jerry Rice, you know, and all these other franchise guys out there that stood with the Giants, like our very own Lawrence Taylor. I mean, when you hear LT, besides LaDainian Tomlinson, when you hear LT, the linebacker, you think of New York Giants, you think of 1986, you think of 1990. I want the same thing for Odell Beckham. So, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Giants fans and non-Giants fans alike. I want to hear your trade propositions. I heard some stupid trade propositions, but I want to hear your trade proposition if you're a fan of any team. I heard on my McCoy video, I heard McCoy for the I heard Odell for McCoy and the first and the 22nd overall pick. That's ridiculous. I heard that. Nitro Freak just came out with a video saying, I don't know if he's joking, I don't know if he's trolling or not, I don't know, but he said the Eagles' first round pick and Mike Wallace. That must be the dumbest trade I've had. That's something the Cleveland Browns would do. You're talking about the last pick in the first round, which is basically a second round pick. How is that any different? Basically a second round pick and a old wide receiver that's past his prime. He's not Mike Wallace of the Pittsburgh Steelers anymore. So, and even that, I mean, was he the best wide receiver in the NFL? No. Was he close to that? No. So, I don't know. That was a stupid proposition right there. But you guys let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.